Hello, I'm Roy Whiffen, and this is Roy's Rant. This week, it's hard to know where to start. We're finding out that the pandemic and this week has gone, and we haven't heard hardly anything about it, other than they keep telling us 100,000 people have died, which is a lie. It's been proven in various states that anybody that passed has been put down as somebody that has the virus. In some instances, like Colorado, the numbers were inflated by 25%. Now, 25%, I am seeing time and time again people accepting what these people on the television say. These are not reporters anymore. These are agitators. These are people that are trying to make you into sheep. Oh, I don't have to think about it. They tell you on the television what it's all about. Oh, I don't have to think about it. It's written there in the paper. You've got to look at these things. Take a step back and say, what's it all about? It's just like this guy that was killed by the police. All right? In Minneapolis. And yet you've got places as far apart as Miami and LA that people are rioting. That wasn't spontaneous. That's organized anarchy. And it's now being proven that the majority of these people that are rioting and looting don't even live where they're doing it. And yet you accept it. I don't understand how you can get so upset and disgusted. And it's a real shame that this guy died. But you don't even think about the dozens of people each week that shoot each other in places like Chicago. Oh, well, that's just what goes on. No, we haven't got to worry about that. Oh, one guy gets somebody's knee on his neck, and all of a sudden it's catastrophe. This was organized anarchy. Yes, the man died. Yes, it was terrible. But what you are being dealt is, this is a run-up to an election. This is how they're manipulating you. This is how you aren't thinking. You've got to use your brain and see the bigger picture. A lot of these people were paid to go into these towns and cause this rioting. Now, what's happening on both sides is wrong. Totally wrong. If I was a police officer today, I'd be somewhat scared, especially if I was a family man and have to go out and deal with this. That's wrong. It's also wrong that 3 men should be kneeling on a black guy and holding him down for nearly 9 minutes, as has been said. Now, that's the truth. The rest of it is anarchy. The rest of it is far left-wing organizations trying to disrupt this country. And obviously in the rest of the world, most of the people can't understand what the heck's going on. They don't understand how you can be led to believe all this rubbish. We've got so much good going on in this country. We've just sent 2 guys up to the space station for the first time in many, many years on an American rocket. American guys going up to there. In 4 years, it's hoped that we'll have Americans back on the moon doing scientific work to try and better the life here on Earth. The space station does a lot of work to find out about things like viruses, because in space you can do obviously a lot of this better than you can on Earth, so I'm told. And these are great things going forward. But I see so many people at the moment in total fear. They've been bombarded with the information. You know, if you hit somebody on the head enough times, it hurts. And this is what's happening metaphorically, that you're being bombarded into submission. The pandemic. Terrible. And it is. Those people died, some of them totally unnecessarily, from what we hear with the governor of New York putting people that actually had the virus into nursing homes, so that the nursing home actually got the poor people that were in there that had no problems whatsoever infected and died. We have got problem upon problem at the moment. These are all national things at the moment. We've got local elections coming up for our particular area, and we've been treated, even in our own area, to use and abuse, waste of money, waste of time, waste of effort. At the moment, we've got a killing barn, our animal shelter, that lies through its back teeth as far as the number of animals that are being euthanized. Are they being euthanized? Oh yes, they are. And they're lying about the figures. You know, other animal shelters in this area are looking after animals. We've got a policy here in Sugarland that is, if there's not a straightforward answer now, let's kill them. Let's get rid of them. Oh, and then let's tell the council that our place is too small and we want to spend 6.6 million having a bigger killer barn. And we call it Bogart's Killer Barn. You know, we're being led down the path once again. It's one of those things that you've got to think for yourself. You've got to look at the bigger picture. The headlines that you read and you see on the news every night, don't accept them. They're not correct. We've now got a county judge that's overrid the commissioners and can now spend money, thousands upon thousands of dollars, without authorization. It's got to change. It's got to change. You've got to think for yourself and say no more. And with that this week, I'll let you go, and with God's blessing, I'll talk to you again next week.